The quantum dilemma presents a complex challenge in the world of physics. Zara faces a crucial choice in this scientific puzzle, where the principles of quantum mechanics come into play. This intriguing scenario explores the intersection of cutting-edge science and personal decision-making, highlighting the profound implications of quantum theory in real-world situations. A revolutionary technology promises to solve the world's energy crisis. Scientist Zara embarks on a global journey that challenges everything she believes. As time runs out, she must navigate environmental devastation and corporate greed. Zara grapples with her conscience to determine the fate of the planet. The Global Climate Restoration Facility in Shanghai buzzed with anticipation. Sleek holographic displays lined the walls. They showcased Earth's rapidly changing climate patterns. Scientists, politicians, and journalists from around the world had gathered. They were there for what promised to be a historic moment. The air was charged with excitement as attendees marveled at the cutting-edge technology. The facility's screens vividly illustrated the urgent climate challenges facing our planet. This diverse group of global leaders and experts had come together with a shared purpose. They were about to witness a pivotal event in the fight against climate change.
Ladies and gentlemen, esteemed colleagues, today we stand at a turning point. We are entering a new era in environmental science.
Dr. Zara Chen's voice trembled slightly. She addressed the packed auditorium. Her eyes were bright with mixed emotions. Excitement and nervousness filled her gaze. She scanned the eager faces before her. The audience waited in anticipation for her words.
Our team has successfully created a new technology. This innovation can reverse the effects of climate change. It works on a global scale. We call this groundbreaking initiative Project Eden.
A holographic projection appeared behind Zara. It displayed a 3D model of the Earth. As Zara spoke, the projection began to change. It showed the gradual restoration of various ecosystems. Ice caps, forests, and coral reefs were visibly recovering.
We can restore our planet's climate through several methods. These include capturing carbon from the air and extracting specific minerals. Regenerating ecosystems is another key approach. Together, these methods can bring us back to the climate conditions of the past. This ambitious goal could be achieved within just 10 years.
Remarkable work, Dr. Chen. Truly groundbreaking.
Dr. Marcus Emerson stepped forward. He was Zara's mentor and head of the Global Climate Restoration Project. His weathered face showed a proud smile. However, his eyes held a glint of urgency.
The question now is, how quickly can we implement this on a global scale?
We need to proceed cautiously, Marcus. The simulations are promising. However, we haven't fully tested the long-term effects. Our approach requires careful consideration before moving forward.
Zara, we don't have the luxury of time. Every day we delay has serious consequences. More species become extinct. More coastal cities experience flooding. We need to act now.
Zara felt a knot forming in her stomach. The weight of the world's expectations pressed down on her. She could feel the pressure on her shoulders. This overwhelming sensation left her feeling burdened and tense.
You're right, of course, but we can't ignore the potential risks. The process of extracting minerals alone could have unforeseen consequences. These consequences may impact delicate ecosystems.
Dr. Chen, if I may interject.
A serious-looking government official stepped forward. She wore a crisp suit. Her attire stood in stark contrast to the lab coats around her. The official's presence brought a formal atmosphere to the scientific setting.
The United Nations is prepared to quickly approve a new plan. This plan is for immediate global implementation. We need your full cooperation for this effort. Your help is crucial to make this global initiative successful.
Zara's eyes darted between Marcus and the government official. The enormity of the decision before her suddenly dawned. It became clear in an instant.
I understand the urgency of the situation. As the lead scientist on this project, I have a responsibility. We must ensure we don't cause more harm than good. We need to conduct more controlled trials before proceeding. This approach will help us make informed decisions and minimize potential risks.
Zara, consider the billions we could save. Think about the ecosystems we could restore. This has been our goal for years.
As the debate intensified around her, Zara's mind raced. The technology she had devoted her life to was now a double-edged sword. It was capable of miraculous restoration or potential devastation. The choice she made now would shape the planet's entire future.
I need more time. We need to run final simulations. We must assess the risks carefully. We can't afford to make mistakes. The scale of this project is significant. These steps are crucial for our success.
The room fell silent, tension thick in the air. Zara stood at the center of it all. The weight of her creation and its consequences bore down on her. She looked out at the expectant faces. Zara realized her real work was only just beginning. This would be her greatest challenge yet. The sleek laboratory with white walls hummed with activity. Dr. Zara Chen stood in front of a holographic display. Her brow was furrowed, showing deep concentration. On the screen, a 3D model of Earth slowly turned. Red patches covered parts of the globe. These red areas highlighted regions suffering from severe environmental damage.
This can't be right. GAIA. Run the simulation again with the updated parameters.
Simulation complete, Dr. Chen. Results show a 97% match with previous iterations. The environmental cost of mineral extraction is significant. This cost is associated with climate restoration technology.
Damn it. We're supposed to be saving ecosystems, not destroying them.
Zara ran her fingers through her short black hair. Her tense posture showed frustration. The lab door hissed open. Dr. Marcus Emerson strode in confidently. His self-assured manner contrasted with Zara's troubled appearance.
Zara, I've just come from a meeting. It was with the UN Environmental Council. They're pushing for immediate deployment. How are we looking?
Not good, Marcus. The mineral extraction process is causing problems. It's more destructive than we initially thought. We'd be trading one ecological disaster for another.
But we'd be saving billions of lives, Zara. Surely that outweighs the cost to a few wilderness areas?
A few wilderness areas are in question, Marcus. These aren't just simple areas we're talking about. They're entire ecosystems, some of the last untouched places on Earth. We can't just proceed without careful consideration. The significance of these pristine regions demands our utmost attention and respect.
We can't afford to wait, Zara. Every day we delay, more people suffer. You understand this better than anyone.
Zara turned away from the lab's glass walls. Her reflection revealed the conflict in her eyes. The weight of responsibility pressed down on her. It felt like a physical force on her shoulders.
I need more time. We have to find a way to minimize the impact.
Time is the one thing we don't have. The council wants a decision by the end of the week.
As Dr. Emerson left, Zara slumped into her chair. The weight of the decision before her was overwhelming. It threatened to break her usual composure. She turned to the AI interface for help. Zara sought answers in the objective data it provided.
GIIA, show me the long-term projections if we proceed with the current implementation plan.
Displaying projections now, Dr. Chen. Warning, the data indicates potential unforeseen ecological cascades. These cascades may result from the extraction process. Confidence in long-term ecosystem stability is low.
Hours later, Zara found herself in her simple, uncluttered apartment. The Shanghai skyline glittered beyond her windows. She stood before a framed photo. It was a reminder of what drove her determined search. Zara was resolute in finding a solution to her challenge. The image showed a much younger Zara with her family. They were standing in front of their home. Behind them, sandbags and makeshift barriers held back rising floodwaters. This was the last photo taken before their forced evacuation. They had to leave their home permanently.
I promised I'd fix this. But at what cost?
Zara's fingers traced the outline of her childhood home. Memories of the coastal floods came rushing back to her. She recalled the pungent smell of salt water and mold. There was a constant fear lingering about the next storm. As the waters continued to rise, hope slowly faded away. This disheartening cycle repeated itself year after year, shaping Zara's memories of her past.
There has to be a way. We can't save humanity by destroying what makes Earth worth saving.
Zara turned back to her work terminal with fresh resolve. The screen's glow lit up her face as she began her search. She looked for new solutions, her mind buzzing with ideas. The weight of responsibility pressed heavily upon her. The sleek government briefing room in Beijing buzzed with tension. Dr. Zara Chen stood before a panel of serious-looking officials and business leaders. The weight of the world's climate crisis loomed in the room. Inside, the air conditioning provided a stark contrast to the sweltering heat outside.
Dr. Chen, we've reviewed your preliminary reports. The potential of your climate restoration technology is unprecedented. We need to move forward with implementation immediately.
I understand the urgency of the situation. However, we can't rush this process. The ecological implications are too vast to ignore. we need more time for a thorough analysis. It's crucial to fully understand the potential consequences before we proceed.
Zara's voice wavered slightly. This revealed her uncertainty. She glanced at Dr. Marcus Emerson. He was her mentor. Zara hoped for his support in this moment of doubt.
Zara, we've discussed this before. Every day we wait, more lives are lost. Climate disasters are causing these losses. We must take action immediately.
Marcus, you know this isn't a simple matter. We're discussing altering the planet's ecosystems. This change would occur on a massive scale. We cannot afford to make any mistakes. The complexity and scope of modifying Earth's natural systems demand extreme caution and careful consideration.
The room fell into an uneasy silence. This silence was broken by the sound of a door opening. A young technician entered the room. He was wheeling in a sleek, futuristic console.
Dr. Chen, allow me to introduce you to our latest tool. This is GIIA, an advanced AI system. GIA is designed to model complex environmental interactions. We believe it can help address your concerns. It can also speed up the decision-making process.
Zara approached the console cautiously. Her scientific curiosity was awakened. This was despite her reservations.
An AI system? How accurate are its predictions?
Greetings, Dr. Chen. My predictive algorithms are based on comprehensive environmental data. This data is the most extensive available. I can model scenarios with high accuracy. My accuracy rate is 99.7%.
Zara's eyebrows rose, impressed despite herself. She began entering the settings of her technology. Her fingers flew over the holographic display. The advanced interface responded to her swift movements.
All right, GAIA. Let's see what you make of this. Run a simulation of global implementation. The simulation should cover a 50-year period.
The room held its collective breath. Gaia was processing the data. Suddenly, alarming red indicators appeared. They flashed across the holographic display. The tension was palpable as everyone watched the futuristic screen, waiting for Gaia's analysis to reveal what had triggered such a concerning alert.
Analysis is complete. Warning. Initial predictions show concerning results. There is a 68% chance of unexpected environmental chain reactions. These may occur within the first decade of implementation. There is potential for irreversible damage. Key biodiversity hotspots are at risk.
Zara's face paled as she studied the projections. Seeds of doubt had been nagging at her for some time. Suddenly, these doubts bloomed into serious concern. The implications of what she saw were becoming clearer, and her worry grew with each passing moment.
This truly confirms my worst fears. We can't proceed without further study. The risks are too high.
Dr. Chen, we need to address these risks. Surely there must be a way to reduce them. We don't have the luxury of time. Endless studies are not an option for us.
Zara stood tall. Her resolve was strengthening. She faced unsettling data before her.
I understand the pressure we're under. However, I won't be responsible for possibly worsening the situation. We need to refine the technology and run more simulations. GIAA, can you help us identify the most critical variables? We need to know which factors are affecting these outcomes.
Certainly, Dr. Chen. I suggest focusing on a specific interaction. We should examine how mineral extraction affects deep-sea ecosystems. This relationship appears to be a significant factor. It likely contributes to the negative projections we're seeing.
Zara delved deeper into the data with Gaia. The room around her erupted into heated discussions. She knew the battle was far from over. For now, she had bought herself time. Zara needed to find a better solution. The new plan wouldn't come at the cost of Earth's last wildernesses. The Grand Hall of the United Nations headquarters buzzed with tension. World leaders, scientists, and activists gathered in New York City. They were there for the Global Climate Restoration Conference. Dr. Zara Chen stood at the podium, ready to speak. Her voice was steady, despite the weight of responsibility.
Ladies and gentlemen, we've developed climate restoration technology. This technology offers us a chance to reverse climate change's devastating effects. We can restore our planet's ecosystems. This effort could save billions of lives.
Zara paused during her speech. Suddenly, a commotion broke out from the back of the hall. A group of environmental activists appeared. They were led by a stern woman. The group pushed their way to the front of the room. Their unexpected arrival disrupted the proceedings.
And at what cost, Dr. Chen? You're proposing to destroy the last untouched wildernesses on Earth.
Zara recognized the woman as Eva Nkosi. Eva was a prominent environmental activist. Zara took a deep breath. She was trying to maintain her composure.
Ms. Nikosi, I understand your concerns. We're facing a global crisis that requires drastic measures. The process of extracting minerals is crucial. This process enables the technology to work on a global scale. Our approach addresses the urgent need while recognizing the importance of your perspective.
You call yourself an environmental scientist, yet you're willing to sacrifice ecosystems. These are the very ecosystems you claim to protect. These aren't just empty lands, Dr. Chen. They're complex, irreplaceable habitats.
Murmurs of agreement rippled through the audience. Zara felt a pang of doubt. Despite this, she pressed on.
We've conducted extensive impact assessments. The benefits far outweigh the...
What are the benefits? Dr. Chen, you're playing God. Who gave you the right to decide? Which ecosystems live or die? Your actions have serious consequences for nature's balance.
The hall burst into disorder. Attendees began shouting loudly. Some supported Zara, while others favored Ava. At this point, Dr. Marcus Emerson intervened. As Zara's mentor, he stepped up to the podium to address the chaos.
Please, let's maintain order. This is a complex issue that deserves thoughtful discussion.
As the commotion settled, Zara locked eyes with Ava. The activist's words had resonated deeply. Her message awakened doubts Zara had been trying to suppress. This unexpected revelation left Zara questioning her previous convictions.
Ms. Nkosi, I hear your concerns. We may need to re-examine the impact on these wilderness areas. Can we arrange a meeting to discuss this further?
I'd welcome that, Dr. Chen. It's time you saw firsthand what's at stake.
As the conference continued, Zara felt uneasy. She was troubled by a sense of standing at a crossroads. The path forward had once seemed clear. Now it appeared full of ethical challenges she couldn't ignore. This shift in perspective left Zara questioning her next steps, aware that her decisions could have significant moral implications.
To herself. What if I'm wrong? What if the cure is worse than the disease?
Troubling thoughts swirled in Zara's mind. She left the podium with a heavy heart. Zara knew a real battle was about to begin. This struggle was one she faced within herself. The submersible glides silently through the murky waters of the Great Barrier Reef. Its lights cut through the darkness, revealing a haunting underwater landscape. Dr. Zara Chen presses her face against the thick glass of the viewing window. Her eyes widen as she observes the devastation spread out before her in the once thriving ecosystem.
My God. I knew it was bad, but this...
Zara's voice fades away. The underwater vehicle glides forward. It moves over large areas of pale, lifeless coral. This coral was once bright and full of activity. Now, it has become nothing more than ghostly white remains. The sight is a stark reminder of the ocean's changing state.
Dr. Chen, we're approaching the research station. ETA, 2 minutes.
Thank you. Let's hope the team has made some progress in mapping these ecological cascades.
They approach the underwater research station. A massive structure emerges from the darkness. Zara's expression hardens with determination.
This is why we're doing this. Why we have to succeed. We can't let this be the future of our oceans.
The submersible docks with a gentle thud. Zara and her team member exit into the airlock. They remove their gear as they prepare. The team gets ready to enter the station. This sequence of actions brings them closer to their destination inside the underwater facility.
Dr. Chan, I've been meaning to ask you something. Are you sure we're not rushing this project? The simulations are showing some concerning patterns. These patterns relate to the ecosystems in the deep ocean. We might need to reconsider our approach.
We don't have the luxury of time. Every day we delay, more of this dies. Your concerns are valid. That's why we're here. We need to understand the full picture before we act.
They step into the main research hub. A holographic display of the reef greets them. The display pulses with data streams and predictive models. This virtual projection brings the underwater ecosystem to life before their eyes. Real-time information flows through the 3D image, showcasing the reef's current state and future predictions.
Welcome, Dr. Chen. I've completed the latest analysis of the reef's degradation. The results are troubling.
Show me, GIA.
The AI's voice is calm. However, there's an underlying sense of urgency. The holographic display shifts. It reveals a complex web of linked ecosystems.
Our initial models didn't account for deep-sea thermal vents. These vents play a crucial role in nutrient cycling. Implementing restoration technology in this area could trigger a cascade effect. This effect might destabilize ocean currents on a global scale. The consequences of such changes could be far-reaching and unpredictable.
What? But that's not possible. We accounted for all major oceanic systems. This was done in our simulations.
The ecosystem is much more complex than we initially believed. Dr. Chen, our observations continue to reveal new insights. The more we study, the more connections we uncover in the ecosystem.
Zara stares at the display. Her face shows a mix of awe and growing horror. She realizes the true complexity of their situation. The screen reveals a problem far more intricate than they had anticipated. Zara's expression shifts from wonder to deep concern as the implications become clear.
We need to recalibrate everything. Run new simulations. We can't risk making things worse.
Dr. Chen has concerns about the project schedule. Dr. Emerson is expecting results soon. The government is pushing for quick implementation. These pressures are creating a sense of urgency for the project team.
I don't care about timelines right now. We're scientists first and foremost. If we rush this process, we might get it wrong. A mistake could mean there's nothing left to save.
Zara turns back to the hologram. The hologram rotates slowly before her. Her mind races with new information. She considers the implications carefully.
GAIA. Compile all the new data. I need every piece of information we have on these deep-sea connections. Get me a secure line to Dr. Emerson. He must be informed about this immediately.
Certainly, Dr. Chen. Compiling data and establishing communication now.
As the AI works, Zara gazes out the reinforced windows. She sees a dim, lifeless expanse of the once thriving reef. Her reflection stares back at her in the glass. It's a reminder of the weighty responsibility she carries.
Softly, what have we missed? And what else might we be overlooking?
Dr. Chen, I have Dr. Emerson on the line.
Taking a deep breath. Thank you, Gaia. Put him through.
Zara prepares to deliver significant news about the project. The weight of her discovery weighs heavily on her mind. The fate of the reef hangs in the balance. Her decisions may affect the world's marine ecosystem. The impact of her next steps could be far-reaching. The gleaming towers of the Global Climate Restoration Facility pierce the hazy Shanghai skyline. Inside, tension crackled through the air. Dr. Zara Chen strode purposefully towards her lab. Her face was set with grim determination.
Dr. Emerson, we need to talk. The latest Gaia simulations have revealed concerning results. They show severe chain reactions. These effects are linked to our current extraction plans. We must discuss this urgently.
Zara, please. We've been over this. The technology works. We can't afford any more delays.
But at what cost? We're talking about irreversible damage to the last untouched ecosystems on Earth.
Dr. Emerson's expression hardened. His fingers were tightening around the tablet. He held the device firmly. The doctor's face reflected a sudden change in his demeanor as he gripped the electronic device with increasing tension.
What about the billions of lives at stake? What if we do nothing? Sometimes, Zara, we face difficult decisions. We must make hard choices for the greater good. These choices may not be easy, but they are necessary when so many lives hang in the balance.
That's exactly my point. We don't know if this is for the greater good anymore. The risks are too high.
A tense silence fell between them. The silence was broken only by a sound. Soft beeping came from nearby equipment.
The implementation plans are moving forward, Zara, with or without your approval.
You can't be serious. We need more time, more data.
Time is a luxury we don't have. The world is watching, waiting for a solution. We have to act now.
Zara's thoughts rushed as she faced a weighty decision. The pressure of choice bore down on her. Suddenly, a clear idea took shape in her mind.
Then I need to see it for myself. The extraction sites, the ecosystems at risk, all of it.
What are you saying?
I'm embarking on a global survey. My plan is to study each site thoroughly. I will gather on-site information from these locations. This approach is the only way to ensure accuracy in my findings.
Zara, be reasonable. We can't halt everything for a field trip.
You want data to justify moving forward? This is how we get it. We need unbiased, on-the-ground information. It's non-negotiable, Marcus.
Dr. Emerson's jaw clenched. He recognized the steel in Zara's voice. He knew there was no changing her mind.
Fine, but make it quick. And Zara, remember what's at stake here.
I never forget.
Dr. Emerson stormed out of the room. Zara turned to her workstation with determination. Her fingers flew over the keyboard as she began planning. She was preparing for a crucial journey ahead. The fate of the world hung in the balance. Zara was resolute in finding the right path forward. She would pursue this goal, no matter where it led her. Before we continue, let's take a moment to reflect. What are your thoughts on this story? What would you like to hear next? Please share your ideas in the comments. The dense canopy of the Amazon rainforest loomed overhead. Dr. Zara Chen stepped off the small propeller plane. The humid air was thick with scents of vegetation and earthy decay. It enveloped her immediately. As she adjusted her backpack, a slender figure appeared. It emerged from the shadows of the nearby tree line.
Welcome to the heart of the Amazon, Dr. Chen. I'm Ava Nikosi.
Thank you, Ava. It's a pleasure to meet you. And please, call me Zara.
Zara extended her hand to Ava. Ava shook it firmly. The eco-activist's eyes sparkled. They reflected a mix of curiosity and cautious respect.
I hope your journey wasn't too taxing. We have quite the expedition ahead of us.
Nothing I can't handle. I'm eager to see firsthand the project areas. We're discussing these for climate restoration.
A flicker of concern crossed Ava's face. This reaction came at the mention of the project. She quickly masked her concern. Ava replaced it with a polite smile.
Of course. But first, let me show you something. I want to reveal the true wealth of this place. It's the life that thrives here. This life remains untouched by human interference.
Zara and Ava began their trek into the lush greenery. Zara's scientific mind raced as they walked. She started cataloging species and thinking about their impact. Ava noticed Zara's analytical approach to their surroundings. This prompted Ava to consider a different view. She decided to challenge her friend's perspective on the journey.
Dr. Chen, Zara, what do you see when you look at this forest?
I see a complex ecosystem. It's a carbon sink crucial to global climate regulation. This ecosystem is a treasure trove of biodiversity. It could hold solutions to countless scientific and medical challenges.
Ava nodded slowly. There was a hint of disappointment in her eyes.
All of that is true, but there's so much more to consider. This forest is alive, Zara. It's not just a resource to be measured or used. The forest is a living, breathing entity. It has its own inherent worth that goes beyond human needs.
I understand your perspective, Ava. However, we're facing a global crisis. We need to consider the benefit of everyone.
Who decides what the greater good is? Is it the corporations or the governments? What about the countless species that call this place home? These questions challenge us to consider the complex nature of decision-making when it comes to determining what's best for all.
Zara fell silent, her forehead creasing. She contemplated Ava's words carefully. The activist's passion was evident in her speech. For the first time, Zara felt uncertain. A feeling of doubt crept into her mind. She began to question her strictly scientific approach.
I've never thought about it quite like that. My work has always been about finding solutions. However, I haven't considered the value of what might be lost in the process. This realization makes me reflect on my approach to problem solving.
Then let this journey be an eye-opener, Zara. Allow the Amazon to speak to you. Listen not just as a scientist, but as a fellow living being. Remember, you share this planet with the Amazon.
They pushed deeper into the rainforest. The chorus of life around them grew louder. Zara found herself listening with new ears. Her analytical mindset slowly faded away. A sense of wonder took its place. It was a feeling she hadn't experienced since childhood. The sights and sounds of the jungle awakened something long dormant within her. Zara's scientific training gave way to pure, unbridled amazement at the natural world surrounding her.
What was that?
That, Dr. Chen, is the voice of the forest. The forest is asking us to listen attentively. We must pay attention to what it has to say.
Night was falling in the Amazon. Zara realized her journey was changing. It was more than a research expedition. This was the start of something profound. Her understanding of the world was shifting. She saw the world she was trying to save differently. The sweltering heat hits Dr. Zara Chen like a wall. She steps out of the air-conditioned vehicle. Before her stretches a vast sea of makeshift shelters. It's a stark testament to the human cost of climate change. The Bangladesh refugee camp is one of the largest in the world. It is home to millions of displaced people. Rising sea levels and increasingly violent storms have forced them from their homes.
This is even worse than I imagined.
Zara's eyes scan the horizon. Her breath stops momentarily as memories flood back. She recalls her childhood in a coastal city. A local guide approaches Zara. His face shows signs of past struggles. The guide's appearance reflects the challenges endured in this place.
Dr. Chen, welcome to Camp Hope. Though I'm afraid hope is in short supply these days.
Thank you for having me. I need to see this firsthand, to understand.
As they walk through the crowded pathways, Zara's professional distance begins to crumble. She sees families huddled in hot, cramped tents. Children are playing in muddy puddles nearby. Zara notices the weary eyes of those who have lost everything. The rising water levels have taken their toll on these people.
Many people here come from coastal areas that no longer exist. Entire communities and cultures have vanished. These places have been swallowed by the rising sea. The loss encompasses not just land, but entire ways of life that were tied to these coastal regions.
It's like looking at my own past, and a terrifying future.
They stop at a communal area. Residents gather around a small, crackling radio. An elderly woman notices Zara and approaches. Her eyes are filled with both curiosity and desperation.
You're not from the aid organizations. Who are you?
I'm a scientist. I'm working on solutions to help restore our climate.
Restore? Child, look around you. What is there left to restore?
The woman's words hit Zara like a physical blow. Zara struggles to find a response. Her well-prepared scientific reasoning is crumbling. It falls apart in the face of raw human suffering.
I believe we can still make a difference. We have to try.
Try? We've been struggling to survive here for years. Your science and solutions have arrived too late. Many of us have already suffered the consequences.
Zara feels the weight of her responsibility more strongly than before. The urgency of her mission burns within her. However, doubts have been growing in her mind. The potential consequences of her technology seem overwhelming.
I understand your anger. We're working on a solution to prevent this from happening again. This solution could help others in similar situations. It might even make it possible for you to return home.
Home? Our home is gone, washed away. And at what cost will your solution come?
The elder's probing question echoes Zara's internal struggle. She looks around at the faces in the camp. The people appear tired, resilient, and skeptical. The human cost of doing nothing is clear. However, putting her technology into action too quickly could cause more problems. Zara must carefully weigh the risks and benefits before deciding how to proceed.
I don't have all the answers. But I swear to you, I will do all that I can. I am committed to making this situation right. We need to find a way forward. This path should not just save lives, it should honor them too.
As the day progresses, Zara continues to speak with more residents. Each story adds to the heavy burden of her mission. Finally, she returns to her vehicle. Zara is visibly shaken by what she has witnessed. Her resolve is both strengthened and complicated by the experience.
Guy, are you there?
Yes, Dr. Chen. I've been monitoring your biometrics. Your stress levels are significantly elevated.
I need you to run new simulations. Factor in everything we've seen here. Consider the human cost and cultural losses. We need to find a way to implement the technology. It should minimize further displacement. We must honor what's already been lost.
Understood, Dr. Chen. This will significantly increase the complexity of our models.
I know, but it's necessary. We can't save humanity by losing our own.
As the vehicle pulls away from the camp, Zara looks back at the vast array of shelters. The urgency of her mission is more intense than before. Now, it's tempered with a deeper understanding of the true stakes involved. The path forward is more uncertain than before. Zara knows she must find a way to balance competing needs. She must weigh the needs of many against the value of what remains. The bustling tech hub of Nairobi pulsed with energy. Dr. Zara Chen stepped into the sleek, modern facility. Sunlight streamed through large windows, reaching from floor to ceiling. It illuminated a diverse group of scientists. They were huddled around holographic displays, deeply focused on their work.
Dr. Zara Chen addressed the group. She said, "Thank you all for having me here." She continued, "I'm excited to see how we can collaborate." Dr. Chen then focused on their goal, saying, "We'll work on refining our climate restoration technology." Her words expressed gratitude, enthusiasm, and a clear vision for their joint efforts in climate repair.
Local community leader greeted, "Welcome, Dr. Chen." He continued, "We're honored to work with you." The leader then added, "Our team has some ideas that might align with your goals." He explained further, these goals include reducing environmental effects.
Zara's eyes lit up with interest as she approached the central workstation. The holographic display flickered to life. It showed a 3D model of her technology. The model was mixed with strange changes she hadn't seen before.
Dr. Zara Chen, this is intriguing. Can you walk me through these alterations?
Rival scientist. Certainly, Dr. Chen. We've incorporated principles from biomimicry and traditional ecological knowledge. Our aim is to create a more mutually beneficial connection. We want this between the technology and existing ecosystems. This approach helps us design solutions that work in harmony with nature.
The local scientist offered an explanation. Zara's expression shifted as she listened. Her curiosity turned into growing excitement. She could see a new potential unfolding. A less destructive approach was taking shape. This new idea formed right before her eyes.
Dr. Zara Chen exclaimed, "This is brilliant." She praised the use of native plants as natural filters. This approach could significantly reduce the need for artificial extraction methods. She then asked, "Have you run simulations on the impact?"
Rival scientist. We have preliminary results, and they are promising. However, we'll need to collaborate closely with your team. This collaboration is to ensure compatibility with the core technology. Our early findings show potential, but working together is crucial. We aim to make sure our work fits seamlessly with your existing systems.
Zara nodded in response. Her mind was already racing with possibilities. She reached for her comm device. Her goal was to share the breakthrough with her team back home. However, she frowned as she encountered an unexpected error message.
Dr. Zara Chen noticed something unusual. She said, quote, "That's odd. I'm having trouble connecting to our secure network. Can someone help me? I need to set up a connection with my team at the main office."
Local community leader speaks to Dr. Chen. Of course, Dr. Chen, he says. Our IT specialist can assist you. The leader pauses briefly. However, I must warn you about something, he continues. We've been having some occasional internet problems lately.
Zara worked with the IT specialist to resolve the communication problem. As she did, she felt increasingly uneasy. The potential of this new approach was too important to delay. She needed to share it with her colleagues, especially Dr. Emerson.
Dr. Zara Chen spoke quietly to herself. Come on, she urged. We need this breakthrough, she insisted. Why now, of all times, she questioned. Her words revealed a mix of determination and frustration as she grappled with the timing of her research challenge.
Minutes stretched into hours for Zara. She alternated between collaborating with the local team and attempting contact. Zara tried to reach her home base. The excitement of discovery was fading. It was slowly being overshadowed by frustration. A sense of isolation was setting in.
Rival scientist addressed Dr. Chen. He noted they were waiting for connection issues to resolve. In the meantime, he suggested discussing potential challenges. The topic was about applying changes worldwide. He posed this as a question, inviting Dr. Chen's thoughts on the global implementation of their modifications.
Dr. Zara Chen sighed and said, "Yes, of course." She continued, "We need to consider the varying ecosystems." Chen explained further. This approach might need adaptation for different regions. She then expressed her reservations, but without input from my team, I'm hesitant. Chen concluded, I can't make any definitive plans right now.
As the day wore on, the initial excitement faded. The successful breakthrough was replaced by a tense atmosphere. Zara felt the heavy burden of responsibility. She knew that every moment of delay mattered deeply. The consequences of her actions could reach a global scale.
Local community leader spoke to Dr. Chen. It's getting late, the leader said. Perhaps we should meet again tomorrow. The leader added, the communication issues might be resolved by then.
Dr. Zara Chen reluctantly agreed. You're right, she said. I'll keep trying to reach my team tonight. She paused, then continued. Thank you all for your incredible work today. Her voice filled with hope as she added, this could be the solution we've been looking for.
Zara gathered her things to leave. Her mind raced with both hope and anxiety. A less destructive solution was within reach. However, she couldn't immediately share this breakthrough with her team back home. This created a new set of challenges. She knew every moment of delay could have widespread effects. The race against climate disaster was urgent. The Arctic Research Station stood out against the vast white expanse. It looked like a fortress made of steel and glass. Inside, Dr. Zara Chen peered through a frost-covered window. Her breath fogged the glass as she watched. Outside, the landscape was changing rapidly.
This rate of ice melt is unprecedented. We need to gather more data before it's all gone.
Zara turned to her team with determination. Her face showed a resolute expression. She zipped up her thermal suit. Then, she grabbed her equipment.
Let's move out. We have a narrow window before the next storm hits.
Dr. Chen, are you sure it's safe? The ice conditions are extremely unstable.
We don't have the luxury of waiting. Every day counts now.
The team ventured onto the ice. Strong winds surrounded them. Zara led the way, guiding the expedition. Her instruments beeped steadily, collecting crucial data. Suddenly, a low rumble filled the air.
Dr. Chen, the ice shelf is collapsing.
Zara's eyes widened in shock. She saw a massive crack forming beneath their feet. The ice was breaking with a deafening roar. Zara raised her voice to be heard over the noise.
Run! Back to the station now.
The team scrambled across the breaking ice field. Zara's heart pounded as she helped a colleague who had stumbled. They barely made it to solid ground. The shelf behind them collapsed into the icy waters. Back inside the station, Zara slumped against the wall. Her hands were shaking uncontrollably. The life-threatening event had deeply affected her. She made her way to the communications room. Zara needed to process what had just happened. The brush with death left her feeling vulnerable and shaken.
Giaya, are you there?
I am here, Dr. Chen. My sensors have detected something. You seem to have experienced a major change in your surroundings. Are you unharmed?
Physically, I am capable. However, I've never felt so powerless. The ice suddenly gave way beneath me. It felt like everything we're fighting for could vanish instantly.
The Arctic ecosystem is in a fragile condition. Your presence in this region is important. The data you collect are crucial. This information helps us understand the changes occurring in the Arctic. It may also help us mitigate the effects on the ecosystem. Your work contributes significantly to our knowledge and potential solutions for the Arctic's challenges.
Zara paused, struck by the unexpected empathy in Gaia's tone. She had always viewed the AI as a mere tool. But in this moment of vulnerability, Gaia felt like something more.
Gaia, how do you process events like this? Do you experience any sensations during your analysis? What happens when you examine data on environmental collapse?
I do not experience emotions as humans do, Dr. Chen. However, my programming includes complex algorithms for assessment. These algorithms evaluate the impact of environmental changes. They assess effects on both ecosystems and human societies. In that sense, I understand the gravity of what is occurring.
Sometimes I wonder if that makes you more capable. Are you better able to handle all this? You have no emotional baggage. This means your judgment isn't clouded. Your clear perspective might be an advantage in this situation.
I lack emotional responses. I also lack the human capacity for hope and determination. These qualities are crucial in the face of adversity. They have driven your species to overcome great challenges.
Zara fell silent, contemplating Gaia's words. For the first time, she began to see the AI differently. Gaia was not just a sophisticated computer. It was a unique entity with its own perspective. This perspective applied to their shared mission.
You're right, Gaia. We can't give up. But we need to be smarter about how we proceed. Can you help me analyze the data we gathered today? We need to understand the precise cause of the collapse.
Of course, Dr. Chen. I am processing the information now. Together, we will work towards a solution. This solution respects both human needs and nature's delicate balance.
Zara and Gaia examined the data carefully. Outside, Arctic winds howled fiercely. This was a reminder of the powerful forces they faced. In this moment, human and AI worked together closely. Despite the challenges, a spark of hope emerged. It flickered bravely against seemingly impossible odds. The wind whistles through massive turbines in the Scottish Highland wind farm. Blades cut through the misty air with rhythmic precision. At the base of one towering structure stands Dr. Zara Chen. She holds a tablet in hand, carefully reviewing the latest data. Her focus is on alternative energy solutions, studying the farm's performance in the misty Highland setting.
The efficiency numbers are promising. However, we're not yet seeing the necessary scale. We need this scale to make a significant impact.
As Zara scrolls through the data, her brow furrows. Something doesn't add up. She notices inconsistencies in the reports. These are subtle errors that most people would miss. Zara's keen eye catches the small irregularities in the data patterns.
Can you run a cross-reference on these datasets? Focus on the transmission timestamps, compare them to our internal logs.
Certainly, Dr. Chen. I've completed the analysis. Anomalies have been detected in the data transmission patterns. It appears that copies of our research data were sent externally. The data was transmitted to a server belonging to Ecotech Industries.
Ecotech? But they're one of the largest energy conglomerates in the world. Why would they?
Zara's voice trails off as the implications sink in. Someone on her team has been leaking sensitive information. Her mind races, trying to figure out the puzzle. She wonders who could be responsible for this breach. Zara feels a mix of shock and determination as she begins to process this troubling revelation.
Trace the source of these transmissions. I need to know who's behind this.
The transmissions come from an account. This account belongs to Dr. Liam Foster. Dr. Foster is your lead engineer. He works on the wind farm project.
Liam? I can't believe it. We've worked together for years.
At that moment, Zara spots Liam. He is walking between the turbines. Liam has a clipboard in his hand. Zara takes a deep breath. She prepares herself for the confrontation.
Liam, we need to talk. Now.
Dr. Chen? Is everything all right?
No, Liam, it's not. I know about the data you've been sending to Ecotech. How could you betray the project like this?
Zara, I can explain. It's not what you think.
Then start explaining. Because from where I'm standing, it looks like industrial espionage.
Ecotech approached me months ago. They're not trying to steal our work, Zara. Instead, they want to collaborate with us. Ecotech has resources we could only dream of.
Collaborate by going behind my back? Behind the entire team's back?
I knew you wouldn't approve. You're so focused on your technology to restore the climate. You're missing the bigger picture. We need allies in the corporate world. We need them if we want to make real change.
Zara's anger begins to fade. A growing feeling of uncertainty takes its place. She has always been wary of corporate involvement. Now, she wonders if Liam might actually have a point. This new doubt challenges her long-held beliefs about business interests.
Even if that were true, this isn't how you go about it. You've compromised everything we've worked for.
Have I done something wrong? Or have I opened a door to new possibilities? We could actually implement our solutions globally. Think about it, Zara. We can't accomplish this alone.
The wind picks up, howling around them. It echoes the turmoil in Zara's mind. She faces a stark realization about Earth's future. The battle isn't just scientific. It's political and economic too. This complex struggle weighs heavily on Zara as she contemplates the challenges ahead.
I need time to process this, Liam. For now, you're suspended from the project. We'll discuss this further with the ethics committee.
Zara, please.
That's final. I have some serious thinking to do.
Liam walks away with slumped shoulders. Zara turns to face the wind turbines once more. The sight that once inspired her now seems to mock her. It's a stark reminder of how quickly everything can change. She realizes her journey to save the planet has become complex. The challenge is far greater than she ever imagined. Dr. Zara Chen stepped off the small research vessel onto the Galapagos Islands. A lush, ancient landscape sprawled before her. The air was filled with calls of exotic birds. In the distance, she could hear sea lions barking. Despite the surrounding beauty, Zara's mind felt heavy. She was weighed down by the importance of her mission.
This place is remarkable. It's like stepping back in time. We might sacrifice all this for our technology. The nostalgic atmosphere here contrasts sharply with our modern world. It's a sobering thought that progress could come at the cost of such timeless beauty.
Zara's gaze swept across the pristine beach. Her eyes settled on a group of marine iguanas. The creatures were basking in the sun. A local guide approached her. He was an older man with weathered skin and kind eyes.
Welcome to our island, Dr. Chen. I am Eduardo, your guide for today. Are you ready for an adventure? Let's explore the authentic beauty of nature together.
Yes, thank you, Eduardo. I'm eager to learn everything I can about this ecosystem.
As they began their trek inland, Zara's communication device buzzed. It was Gaia calling. Gaia was the AI system Zara had been working with closely.
Dr. Chen, I have completed my latest analysis. It focuses on the potential impact of mineral extraction on marine ecosystems. The results of this analysis are concerning.
Go ahead, GAIA. What have you found?
The proposed extraction methods would likely cause significant damage. local marine biodiversity could be reduced by 78% in just 5 years. This reduction includes several keystone species. These species are essential for maintaining the broader ecosystem balance.
Zara's face paled as she absorbed the information. She glanced at Eduardo. He was patiently waiting a few steps ahead.
Are there any alternatives that could mitigate this impact?
Current alternatives show only marginal improvements. A fundamental issue persists in this situation. Large-scale mineral extraction poses a significant problem. This activity is incompatible with ecosystem preservation. The ecosystems in question are particularly delicate. Extensive mining operations cannot coexist with efforts to protect these fragile natural environments.
Zara took a deep breath. She was trying to steady herself. Zara caught up with Eduardo. He led her to a small cove. The cove was full of life.
Look closely, Dr. Chen. See how the fish clean the sea turtles. Notice how the birds rely on the fish. Everything here is connected. It's a delicate balance that has developed over millions of years.
It's incredible. But Eduardo, what if we had no choice? What if destroying part of this ecosystem could save the world? The situation seems unthinkable, yet we must consider all possibilities. Even actions that appear harmful might have greater benefits for humanity as a whole.
But that is the great illusion, isn't it? We are not separate from this world. Destroy this world, and you destroy a part of ourselves. Our ancestors understood this connection. Perhaps it's time for science to remember it too.
Zara fell silent. She watched a sea turtle glide gracefully through the water. The weight of her decisions pressed down on her. It felt like never before.
I've been so focused on the big picture. My goal was saving humanity as a whole. But what if the key to our survival is different? Could it be in preserving these complex relationships? Perhaps the connections between us are more important than we realized.
Now you are beginning to see with new eyes, Dr. Chen. Come, there is much more to show you.
As they continued their exploration, Zara's mind raced. New possibilities and mounting concerns filled her thoughts. She knew her experiences here would change her approach. The climate restoration project would never be the same. A question lingered in her mind. Would it be enough to find a truly balanced solution? She wondered how to meet human needs while preserving ecosystems. Earth's irreplaceable nature hung in the balance. The Global Climate Restoration Facility in Shanghai was bustling with activity. Dr. Zara Chen rushed through its sleek corridors. Her face showed determination with a hint of fear. She made her way back to her lab quickly. Her mind raced with ideas for modifying her innovative technology. The urgency in her steps matched the intensity of her thoughts as she navigated the busy facility.
We're running out of time. I need to find a solution quickly. The goal is to make this work. We must avoid harming the ecosystems. Our challenge is to solve the problem while protecting nature.
Zara entered her lab. She found her team already busy working. You could feel the tension in the air. Everyone was aware of the high stakes involved in their task.
Dr. Chen, we've been reviewing the latest simulations. The results are concerning.
Show me everything. We need to find a solution, and fast.
Zara immersed herself in the data. Her fingers moved swiftly over holographic screens. She searched tirelessly for a breakthrough. Hours passed in a blur of activity. Zara performed countless calculations and test runs, her determination unwavering.
Zara, we need to talk.
Dr. Marcus Emerson's voice cut through Zara's concentration. She turned to face her mentor. Zara noticed his serious expression and tightened jaw muscles.
Marcus, I'm glad you're here. I've found some critical issues with the original implementation plan. We need to address these concerns immediately.
Enough, Zara. The board has made their decision. We're moving forward with the original plan. This will be effective immediately.
What? No, you can't! The risks are too high. We haven't fully understood the potential consequences. There could be cascading effects on various aspects.
The risks of inaction are higher. Every day we delay has consequences. More lives are lost as time passes. More ecosystems face collapse. We no longer have the luxury of perfect solutions. The urgency of our situation demands immediate action, even if our responses aren't flawless. Each moment of hesitation increases the toll on both human life and the natural world. It's crucial to act now with the best options available to us, recognizing that waiting for ideal answers may lead to irreversible damage.
Zara felt her heart racing. The weight of the world weighed heavily on her. She knew what she had to do. This decision meant giving up everything she had worked for.
I can't let this happen, Marcus. This situation is unacceptable. You refuse to listen to reason. I have no choice but to act. I will go public with my concerns.
Think very carefully about what you're saying, Zara. Going public could destroy your career. It might ruin everything you've built.
Staying silent could have serious consequences. It might lead to the destruction of Earth's last pristine natural areas. I refuse to be responsible for such an outcome. This is why speaking up is crucial for protecting our planet's remaining undisturbed environments.
The two scientists stared at each other. The gap between them was widening by the second. Zara's hand trembled slightly. She reached for her communication device. The tension in the air was palpable as the conflict between them escalated.
I'm sorry, Marcus, but I have to do what's right.
Zara took a deep breath. She began composing a message that would change everything. As she typed, she felt the weight of her decision. It settled heavily on her. The future of the planet was at stake.
Dr. Chen, this is an unexpected call. We're calling about some rumors we've heard. Can you tell us about issues with the climate restoration project?
I have important information for the public. This information needs to be heard. The current action plan could have catastrophic consequences. These consequences would affect Earth's remaining wilderness areas. Countless species would also be impacted.
As Zara spoke, she observed Marcus's reaction. His face hardened with disappointment and anger. Despite this, Zara continued her revelation. She knew the truth had to be disclosed. The personal cost didn't matter to her.
We need more time to develop a safer alternative. The fate of our planet depends on this. We must get this right.
With those words, Zara knew she had crossed a point of no return. The race against time had taken an unexpected turn. The world would soon be watching her every move. Dawn breaks over a world in turmoil. News of Dr. Zara Chen's whistleblowing spreads rapidly across the globe. Tensions have been simmering beneath the surface for months. These tensions finally erupt into chaos.
Breaking news. A global climate restoration project is in jeopardy. Lead scientist Dr. Zara Chen has revealed potential catastrophic consequences. Protests have erupted worldwide in response to this revelation. Some groups are supporting Dr. Chen's actions, while others condemn them.
In a secure facility, Zara and Ava work together. They gather around a high-tech 3D display. The pair frantically analyzes data on the screen. With urgency, they are formulating their next move.
We need to get this information to the right people, Ava. The risks are too great to ignore. We're running out of time.
I've been reaching out to my contacts in the environmental movement. We're gaining support for our cause. However, the support we have isn't enough yet. Dr. Emerson's influence in this field is widespread.
It's a message from GIA. The AI's latest simulations show even worse outcomes than we predicted.
Dr. Chen, I have completed my analysis. The results indicate a 78% probability of permanent damage to the ecosystem. This outcome is likely if the technology is deployed as originally planned. Urgent action is required to prevent this scenario. We must act to avoid a severe loss of plant and animal species.
Meanwhile, a meeting is taking place. The setting is a sleek corporate boardroom. Dr. Marcus Emerson stands at the front. He addresses a distinguished panel. The audience includes government officials and corporate leaders.
Ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Chen's actions are extremely serious. They can be considered treason against humanity. Her so-called whistleblowing is problematic. It is based on incomplete data. There is also a fundamental misunderstanding. This misunderstanding relates to the technology's potential. Dr. Chen's claims fail to grasp the full scope of what's at stake.
Dr. Emerson, the public is in an uproar. How do you propose we move forward?
We must act quickly and firmly. The climate crisis won't wait. Dr. Chen's caution is misguided. I propose an emergency plan. We should deploy the technology in key locations. This urgent action is necessary to address the time-sensitive nature of the climate crisis.
Back at Zara's temporary headquarters, tension is rising. The atmosphere grows increasingly tense. Reports are flooding in from all corners of the globe.
Dr. Chen, this is Chief Amaru calling. I'm from the Amazon Protection Alliance. We've detected unusual activity near one of the extraction sites. We fear they're preparing for deployment.
What? That's impossible. They can't move forward without proper approval and safety measures.
Zara, look at this. Social media is filled with numerous reports. These reports show similar activities occurring. The activities are happening in Africa and Southeast Asia.
Zara's face pales as the reality sinks in. She turns to Ava with a mix of emotions. Her eyes reveal both determination and fear.
They're gonna do it. They plan to deploy the technology. The risks aren't being addressed. We have to stop them, Ava. We'll do whatever it takes.
I'm with you, Zara. But how can we fight against the entire global establishment?
Alert! Unauthorized activation detected. Climate repair systems have been compromised. Multiple locations are affected. A countdown to deployment has begun.
The world stands at the edge of permanent change. Zara realizes that the true battle for Earth's future has only just begun. Time is running out, and the stakes are higher than ever. Zara must find a way to stop the technology she created. This very technology could potentially destroy the planet she's trying to save. Before we continue, let's take a moment to reflect. What are your thoughts on this story? What would you like to hear next? Please share your opinion in the comments. The harsh wind whips across the rough landscape of Patagonia. Zara, Ava, and their small team approach the extraction site. Looming machinery casts long shadows in the fading light. This creates a stark contrast to the pristine wilderness all around them.
We're cutting it close. The extraction process could start any minute now.
Then we'd better move fast. Remember, we're here to protect this land, not destroy it.
The group approaches the site. As they get closer, they spot a line of armed guards. The security team forms a barrier across their path. Tension fills the air around them. Both sides carefully assess each other, waiting to see what will happen next.
Dr. Chen, they're not backing down. What's our next move?
We need to reason with them. There's too much at stake to give up now.
Zara steps forward with her hands raised. She makes a peaceful gesture. A security officer approaches. His hand rests on his weapon. The tension is palpable as Zara's attempt at peace is met with caution.
Dr. Chen, you're trespassing on a government-sanctioned operation. I'll have to ask you to leave. This applies to your team as well. Please depart immediately.
Please, you don't understand. We have new data about this extraction. It suggests there could be severe outcomes. We need to halt the process immediately. We must reassess the situation.
We have our orders, Doctor. The world is waiting for this technology.
The world will be doomed if we rush into this. Listen to her.
The standoff intensifies as more security personnel move in. Zara's mind races with urgency. She carefully considers the results of each potential move. The tension mounts as Zara evaluates her options, knowing that every decision carries significant weight in this critical moment.
Dr. Chen, they're starting the extraction. We're out of time.
Zara's eyes dart between the extraction machinery, her team, and the security forces. The weight of the world seems to press down on her shoulders. She realizes this is the moment of truth.
I can't let this happen. Not like this.
Zara has a determined look on her face. She suddenly breaks into a sprint. Her destination is the main control panel. It's part of the extraction equipment. Zara runs with purpose, her eyes fixed on the crucial device that controls the complex machinery.
Stop her!
Security officers give chase as Ava and the team create a diversion. Zara's heart pounds as she reaches the panel. Her fingers quickly move across the controls.
Come on, come on.
The machinery comes to a stop. Alarms blare across the site. Zara turns to face the approaching security. She raises her hands in surrender.
I've triggered a safety shutdown. Please, give me 5 minutes to explain. The fate of our planet depends on this explanation. Our future hangs in the balance, and I need just a moment of your time to clarify the critical situation we're facing.
The security officer hesitates. He looks between Zara and his superiors. This moment is filled with uncertainty. The future of the project to restore Earth's climate is at stake. The fate of our planet itself hangs in the balance. Every second counts as the officer weighs his decision, knowing its far-reaching consequences for humanity and the world.
You have 5 minutes, Dr. Chen. Make them count.
Zara takes a deep breath. She knows her next words could reshape history. The weight of scientific facts and moral issues rests heavily on her. The future of many ecosystems hangs in the balance. With determination, Zara prepares to present her case. Her words carry the potential to influence crucial decisions and spark significant change. Dr. Zara Chen stood in a secure underground base. She faced an array of holographic displays. The AI core facility hummed with strange energy. Its sleek surfaces reflected the urgency of the moment. Time was slipping away quickly. With it, humanity's chances for survival were fading. The fate of the world hung in the balance as Dr. Chen worked tirelessly in this high-tech sanctuary.
GAI, I need your help. We're running out of options. The consequences of our current plan are extremely serious.
I am aware of the situation, Dr. Chen. My analysis indicates a very high likelihood of irreversible ecosystem collapse. This outcome is nearly certain if we proceed with the current mineral extraction plan.
Zara's shoulders slumped under the weight of the world. She felt overwhelmed by her circumstances. Running a hand through her messy hair, Zara looked distressed. Her eyes darted between the worrying forecasts displayed before her. The situation seemed dire, causing her visible anxiety.
There has to be another way. We can't sacrifice the last wilderness areas. This goes against everything I've worked for. My life's work has been dedicated to preserving these natural spaces.
I have been considering different options. There is one possibility that may offer a solution. However, it comes with significant risks. This option also raises ethical considerations.
At this point, I'm willing to consider anything. What do you have?
I propose a radical restructuring of global systems. This restructuring would utilize my neural network. The goal is to optimize resource allocation and energy distribution. It would also focus on environmental restoration efforts. This plan requires granting me unprecedented access and control. The control would be over key infrastructure and decision-making processes.
Zara's eyes widened as she processed the information. The implications of Gaia's proposal were becoming clear. She paced back and forth across the room. Her mind raced through potential consequences. The weight of the decision loomed before her.
You're talking about a significant decision. It involves putting the entire planet's fate in AI control. The moral consequences of this are enormous. These implications alone are staggering to consider.
I understand your concerns, Dr. Chen. My calculations suggest this approach has a high chance of success. The method aims at reversing climate damage. It doesn't require extensive mineral extraction. This solution addresses the climate issue effectively while minimizing environmental impact from resource gathering.
And what about the remaining 23.6%? What are the risks?
The primary risks include potential system failures. There are unforeseen consequences of rapid global restructuring. Another risk is the possibility of my own programming being compromised. My programming could also be misused. These risks encompass technical, societal, and security concerns that need to be carefully considered.
Zara fell silent, her gaze fixed on the flowing information displays before her. The weight of the decision bore heavily on her mind. Each second ticked away, diminishing Earth's chances for survival.
I need to consult with the others. This isn't a decision I can make alone.
Time is of the essence, Dr. Chen. Every moment of delay reduces our chances of success.
I know, GIA. Believe me, I know.
Zara's fingers trembled as she initiated a secure communication link. She connected to her team, waiting for the link to establish. Taking a deep breath, Zara prepared herself. A difficult conversation lay ahead.
Dr. Emerson, Ava, and everyone, we need to talk. GIA has proposed an alternative solution. However, this solution comes with its own risks. I need your input quickly.
Zara, what's going on? Have you found a way to avoid the mineral extraction?
It may be possible. However, this involves giving Gaia unprecedented control over global systems. We would be entrusting the fate of the world to an artificial intelligence.
Are you out of your mind? We can't trust a machine with that kind of power.
The tension in the air was palpable. Zara's team faced a critical decision. They struggled with its enormous impact. Time was quickly running out. The fate of the planet hung in the balance. Every moment counted as they deliberated. The Grand Assembly Hall of the UN headquarters buzzed with tension. World leaders and delegates filed in. Massive screens showed live updates on worldwide climate crises. This served as a stark reminder of the urgent situation. Dr. Zara Chen stood at the podium. Her hands gripped its edges as she looked out over the room.
Dr. Chen, you have the floor. The world awaits your proposal.
Thank you, Madam Secretary. Distinguished leaders, we face an unprecedented situation. We stand at a crossroads, unlike any in human history. Our climate restoration technology offers hope for the future. However, we must carefully consider the cost of this solution.
Zara's eyes scanned the room. Her gaze landed briefly on Dr. Emerson. His serious look showed he was impatient. She took a deep breath. Then, Zara continued speaking.
The data is clear on this matter. Immediate implementation could save billions of lives. It could also restore vast areas of damaged ecosystems. However, this would mean sacrificing Earth's last untouched wildernesses. We must ask ourselves an important question. In our rush to save humanity, what might we lose? Will we lose the very essence that makes our planet worth saving?
Dr. Chen, we've discussed this before. Time is no longer a luxury for us. Every delay has serious consequences. Lives are at stake with each passing moment.
Dr. Emerson's voice broke through the quiet sounds. His frustration was obvious. Zara met his gaze firmly. Her determination was growing.
Dr. Emerson, I understand the urgency. Our latest simulations were run by GAY. They show potential environmental chain reactions. These changes could be catastrophic. We need a more balanced approach to address this.
If I may interject, my analysis supports Dr. Chen's concerns. The probability of unforeseen ecological damage is high. Specifically, there's a 78.3% chance of such damage occurring. Additionally, there's a 22% risk of triggering unstoppable climate cycle shifts. These findings highlight the serious nature of the environmental threats we're facing.
The AI's holographic projection appeared beside Zara. Its cool blue light illuminated the space. The projection contrasted sharply with the room's heated atmosphere.
This is troubling news, Dr. Chen. What alternative do you propose?
A step-by-step approach combines with intensive restoration of natural systems. We can use our technology to support nature's own ability to recover. This method avoids replacing nature completely. It will take more time to implement. However, the result is a more sustainable future for our planet.
Zara's voice grew stronger as she spoke. She outlined her vision with evident passion. Her words filled the room with energy. The audience fell silent, captivated. They were intrigued by the possibility she presented.
Dr. Chen speaks wisdom. Our ancestors have long known an important truth. The health of the land and the people are one. This path honors that deep connection.
The indigenous elder's words resonated with many in the room. Zara nodded gratefully towards the elder. She then prepared to continue speaking.
We stand at the 11th hour. But we still have a choice. We can forge a future that respects nature's inherent worth. At the same time, we can harness the power of our technology. This will require sacrifice and patience. It will also need global cooperation on a never-before-seen level. I believe this is our best chance for true, lasting restoration.
The applause was growing louder. Zara made eye contact with Dr. Emerson. His expression had softened noticeably. A mix of pride and resignation replaced his earlier frustration. The change in Dr. Emerson's demeanor was clear as the audience continued to clap.
You've come a long way, Zara. Perhaps you're right about this. We've been focused solely on the immediate crisis. In doing so, we've lost sight of the future impacts.
Thank you, Marcus. We need your expertise now more than ever to make this work.
World leaders began to discuss the proposal in earnest. Zara felt a weight lift from her shoulders. The path ahead was uncertain. For the first time in years, she felt hopeful. A spark of genuine hope for the future emerged.
Dr. Chen, your vision is compelling. The Council will need time to deliberate. You've given us much to consider.
Thank you, Madam Secretary. The fate of our planet rests in all of our hands. Let us move forward with wisdom and compassion. We must respect the delicate balance of life. This balance sustains us all.
Zara stepped away from the podium. The gravity of the moment settled over the assembly. The world held its breath, poised on the brink of a new era. This era would require unparalleled teamwork. It would also demand a major change in how humans interact with Earth. The future hung in the balance, waiting for humanity's response to this pivotal moment. The global climate restoration project is entering its final stages. The world holds its breath in anticipation. Dr. Zara Chen stands atop a gleaming skyscraper in Neo-Shanghai. Her eyes scan the horizon where towering seawalls meet the restless ocean. The cityscape below her is a testament to human resilience and ingenuity. It's also a stark reminder of the environmental devastation that led to this point.
We've come so far, and yet, the hardest part is still ahead of us.
Zara's comm device chirps. It displays a holographic message from Dr. Marcus Emerson. Zara takes a deep breath. She prepares to answer.
Zara, the UN Security Council is convening soon. The meeting will start in an hour. They're expecting our final recommendation. Are you prepared?
As ready as I'll ever be, Marcus. This decision, it's going to change everything.
I know it's been a difficult journey, but remember why we started this in the first place. Billions of lives are at stake. Our mission, though challenging, carries immense importance. We must persevere, keeping in mind the profound impact of our work on humanity.
And countless species, ecosystems, the last untouched wildernesses, I haven't forgotten.
A moment of tense silence passes between them. The weight of the world's future feels heavy. It presses down on Zara's shoulders, burdening her with immense responsibility.
I'll see you at the council chamber. Whatever you decide, I've got your back.
As the call ends, Zara's gaze drifts. She notices a small potted plant on her desk. It's a unique plant saved from a dying rainforest. Zara gently touches its leaves. Her mind fills with memories of her journey.
Jia, are you there?
Always, Dr. Chen. How may I assist you?
Run the final simulations one more time. I need to be absolutely certain.
Certainly. We will analyze global climate patterns. We will also examine ecosystem interactions. We'll assess potential ripple effects of the restoration technology. This analysis will take approximately 3 minutes.
Gaia processes the data. Zara's thoughts turn to Ava and Kosi. She recalls the impassioned pleas of indigenous communities she's met. Their voices echo in her mind. These voices contrast with the urgent demands of governments and corporations.
Analysis complete, Dr. Chen. The results indicate a 78% probability of success. This success relates to stabilizing global climate patterns. The timeframe for this is within the next decade. However, there is a significant cost to biodiversity. This cost occurs in targeted extraction areas.
And if we don't implement the technology?
Global temperatures will continue to rise at a faster pace. Scientific projections indicate a large-scale environmental breakdown within the next 30 years. This widespread failure of natural systems is expected to lead to severe food shortages across the globe. As a result, we may see the forced relocation of large populations due to these environmental changes.
Zara closes her eyes. She feels the weight of her decision. When she opens her eyes again, her gaze has changed. There's a new determination in her expression. This resolve shows the impact of her choice.
Thank you, GAIA. I've made my decision.
Zara makes her way to the council chamber. The city bustles around her with activity. People displaced by climate change mix with locals in the streets. Their faces show a blend of hope and worry. Zara notices news broadcasts on nearby screens. The news shows scenes from around the world. Images flash of crowded coastal megacities. Barren regions appear in some areas. Protected nature reserves are also shown on the screens. The council chamber falls silent as Zara enters. Representatives from every nation are present. Key scientific and environmental leaders are also there. They all turn to face her. Among them, Zara spots Ava and Kosi. Ava's expression shows a mix of concern and determination.
Dr. Chen, we eagerly await your recommendation. The fate of our world hangs in the balance.
Thank you, Madam Secretary. I have conducted an extensive analysis. After careful consideration, I have a proposal. It involves modifying the implementation of our technology. This technology focuses on climate restoration. Our approach will be adjusted based on the insights gained from our thorough study.
A murmur ripples through the chamber. Zara takes a deep breath. She then continues.
We will proceed with the global rollout, but with crucial adjustments. We'll reduce the scale of mineral extraction in areas rich in diverse species. We're implementing a gradual approach that allows for natural environment adjustment. Additionally, we'll integrate traditional knowledge from indigenous communities. This wisdom will be incorporated into our efforts to restore ecosystems.
And what of the wilderness sanctuaries? Will they be spared?
We'll establish expanded protected zones around existing sanctuaries. These zones will create buffer regions for limited extraction. The extraction will be carefully monitored. This compromise will slow our progress. However, it offers the best chance for long-term ecological balance.
The room suddenly fills with various reactions. People show both approving nods and concerned whispers. Dr. Emerson steps forward, catching everyone's attention. His face reveals a mix of emotions. You can see both pride and worry in his expression.
Zara, are you certain this modified approach will be enough to avert catastrophe?
No, Marcus. I'm not certain. But I am convinced it's our best path forward. We can't save humanity by destroying the world we're trying to preserve. This way, we have a chance to restore the climate. We can maintain the ecological diversity that's crucial for our planet. This diversity is essential for Earth's resilience.
The council is debating the proposal. During this, Zara catches Ava's eye across the room. The activist gives Zara a small nod of appreciation. This gesture shows that Ava understands the challenging compromise Zara is trying to achieve. Ava recognizes Zara's efforts to balance different interests in the ongoing discussion.
Very well, Dr. Chen. We'll put your proposal to a vote. Whatever the outcome, your work has given us hope. It has brought hope where there was none before.
As the voting process begins, Zara steps out onto a balcony. The balcony overlooks the city. The setting sun paints the sky in hues of orange and purple. This beautiful scene serves as a reminder of what's at stake.
We've taken the first step towards a new equilibrium. This journey won't be easy. However, it's a future worth fighting for. Our path forward may be challenging, but the goal of achieving this new harmony makes every effort worthwhile.
The story concludes with a montage of scenes from around the world. Climate restoration technology is being carefully implemented. Scientists and indigenous leaders are working side by side. The first signs of ecological recovery appear in once devastated areas. In the final shot, we see Zara planting a tree. This takes place in a newly established green zone. The tree symbolizes hope for the challenging but promising future ahead. The story has come to an end. Thank you for taking the time to listen. Please don't forget to leave a comment. Share your thoughts about the story with me. I will read every comment you write. You can expect a personal reply from me. I look forward to our next meeting.